More news now. And proposed strike action that would have brought Stansted Airport to a standstill has been called off. Leaders of the Unite union met with the airport's owner, BAA, yesterday. After lengthy talks, they settled a pay dispute involving security staff, engineers and firefighters.
Travellers camping in Southwold on the Suffolk coast have ignored an eviction order and say they'll be staying until Sunday. About a dozen caravans and horses arrived in the town at the weekend. It's the first time travellers have gone onto the land, which is owned by a charitable trust but open to the public.
A family-run company in Tendring in Essex has won a £38 million contract to build 2 power stations in Baghdad.
Delta Design Systems makes electrical industrial equipment like generators used in hospitals. The news comes after the latest suicide attack in the Iraqi capital killed at least 51 people. Laura Burns has this report.
For this small tendering company, it's a huge contract and a huge challenge. Making generator sets is one thing, building 2 complete power stations another, especially when they're going to be based in Baghdad. Frequent power cuts during the Iraq War have taken its toll on the country's electricity system, so staff here are to help rebuild it.
It is in Baghdad itself, so it has to be pretty intense security. Movement around Baghdad, if you're regularly seen to be moving in the same pattern, people soon see it. So the security firms will look after them. And we'll have medical facilities and medical arrangements to bring them out if there's any problems.
This is a really big deal for the family-run firm, which was hit hard by the recession. It's their largest ever contract and will hopefully create around a dozen new jobs here in Tendring. Because of the size of their business, no UK banks are willing to assist them. So owners Owen and Lois Diath have had to look further afield. But with a contract of this scale, it's been worth it.
At the moment, they're running about 30% of their power supply capability, and this will bring it up to around 50%. There's other orders in the pipeline that we hope to achieve that will then bring that capacity back to around the 100% mark.
And obviously a company director like you can see the benefits of that and what you're doing. Do you think that people in Iraq will respond in the same way?
I think so, yes. I think it's very positive.
It's a big step, but staff are optimistic about how the Iraqis will respond to them, believing power goes a long way to stabilise a country and confident they're the ones who can bring it. Laura Burns, Anglia News, Tendring in Essex.
Now, roadworks just outside of Norwich are causing chaos and damaging trade, according to local residents and businesses.
The owners of one shop on Drayton High Road say they're furious at having to close while the work is carried out. Others are complaining about a poorly signed diversion. Fiona Oates has more.
There is no frying tonight at Fish's Fish and Chip shop in Helsden near Norwich, as owners say the roadworks have driven customers away. Their car park is now being used as an unofficial turning circle for drivers lost in the roadwork maze.
Obviously, because of the roadworks, the roads being closed, we've had to close. We've had to send the staff off on their holidays. We've lost 30% of our business for the last 3 weeks they've been going.
Any compensation?
No, we've been told that we can't claim anything.
The roadworks in the normally busy Drayton High Road run for 650 metres, closing both lanes to traffic until bank holiday. Local vet Tim Rowe says it's chaos with inadequate signage and no access to his practice.
Signage has been poor right the way through the past 3 weeks of the present works, and they've continued to be bad. Up the road at the moment, you've still got articulated lorries coming past all the signs and having to turn round up at the fish and chip shop, where there's no room to do that.
But Norfolk County Council say it's the most cost-effective way of doing things.
To have broken it into 2 sections would have meant that there would have been an increased time and cost implication. Also, the type of process that we're using benefits from being able to deal with long sections at a time. This gives us greater strength and durability.
Meanwhile, it's a question of going round in circles for the bewildered drivers of Drayton Road for at least the next 11 days. Fiona Oates, Anglia News, Helsden.
One of Norfolk's most famous buildings could be given a £2 million makeover. If the money is found, Dis Corn Hall could become an arts and business centre with a new auditorium for plays, music and film. There would also be exhibition and conference facilities. It's hoped the money can be raised from the Heritage Lottery Fund.
The Corn Hall is a fantastic resource for the local community, and there's a real need for it in the area. but there's a lot that we need to do to make it a first-class venue suitable for attracting the really good events and so on to the area.
Football now. The Ipswich Town defender Tommy Smith has retained his place in the New Zealand squad after impressing during the World Cup. The 20-year-old's been called up for the All Whites home friendlies against Honduras and Paraguay in October. Meanwhile, Ipswich are still trying to tie up more deals, including the signing of the Celtic defender Darren O'Day on loan.
It's been a difficult season, but Ipswich Witches have enjoyed a rare bright spot in Speedway's Elite League. They secured only their 7th win last night, beating fellow strugglers Swindon by 56 points to 37 at Vauxhall Stadium, winning 4 maximum 5-1 heats, including this one, Heat 8. But they're still 8 points adrift with 6 meetings left and look destined for an end-of-season playoff to avoid relegation. Well, we've got some breaking news for you now. We're receiving information about a train crash in Suffolk.
Well, joining us now from the newsroom is Emma Baker. Emma, I imagine the information coming through to you at the moment is fairly sketchy. What more can you tell us?
Well, Jonathan, all we can say at the moment is that we understand there's been a collision between a 2-carriage diesel train and a lorry at Little Cornard near Sudbury. Now, Suffolk Fire Service say they received a 999 call at 25 to 6 this evening, and the train has been derailed. Now, the police are calling it a major incident. We don't yet know in which direction the train was travelling. Early reports indicate there are 10 casualties, though we don't know the full extent of their injuries at the moment. We do understand that 2 of them are being described as immovable. Now, the emergency services are currently at the scene. So just to confirm, a collision between a train and a lorry at Little Cornard near Sudbury in Suffolk. We'll of course bring you more details on this as soon as we have them.
Thanks for that, Emma. Hopefully it'll be before the end of the programme as well. We'll get more information to you.